Now, the mocap team told us you were one of the, quote, best displays that we've ever brought in. What's your approach or advice you give to 2K players about reading the floor and making the right reads?
The first thing I'm doing when I'm dribbling up is I'm trying to look to where the gaps are. So if I see there's really nobody on the left block, I'm really trying to do all my moves to manipulate my guy to think I'm going to the right block, just to try to get to that left block. For the gaps in the defense, if you're running different plays and you get kind of movement from a lot of the different other guys on the court, you can kind of see the different gaps kind of materialize, and then you have to be creative to get your moves off to be able to get to that spot.
When you see a defender coming up, I always love that one-on-one action, you know? If I'm getting a little heated in a game, I'm going to call for an ISO and try.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And the starting lineups have concluded. So just sit right back and relax. We'll be back in just a moment. Well, the weekend has officially begun, and we welcome you to this 2K Sports presentation of NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and two Hall of Famers, Doris Burke here at the table and on the sideline, and now the opening lineup for Phoenix. Deadly back court pair of Booker and Beal. Durant is out there with Nick Richards, and it's Dunn in at the three. And for Los Angeles, outside the wings are Reeves and James. He's out there with Rui Hachimura, and it's Estrada in at the point guard. How important, Greg, is it to a team's confidence to start this season strong?
Kevin, I think it means more if you're a young team. If your roster is filled with veterans, you're looking at the bigger picture.
Here's Baller. Buries it from three-point range. And Booker get it.
Going early. That shot should give him
It's all about mindset out of the gate. If you're aggressive and they give you room, go ahead, let it fly.
With a short break in the action gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, briefly spoke with J.J. Redick. Now, I asked Coach about what he has in store to try and slow down Devin Booker. Now, he laughed and told me they've lost sleep over how to defend him. I mentioned how, with and without the ball, Devin can hurt you. So Booker will have their total focus on defense. And Devin will have our total focus as well. Devin?
Okay, Dave. David, much appreciated. That free throw, no good. And guys, hold on now. I'm getting word we have Shams Charania calling in. Shams, what do you have for us?
Well, guys, after getting swept in the first round last season, everyone around the league had a sense that changes were coming in Phoenix. And now a new coaching staff led by Arizona native Mike Budenholzer, but also finally getting point guards Tyus Jones and Monte Morris on value deals. They aim to do better this season, and guys, they have that talent with the big three of Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, and Brad Beal.
Looking for a bit of redemption. All right, Shams, thanks a lot. And here we go. Fast break. Booker's got it. Can't connect from short range. Hachimura, the pass to Estrada. Hayes, and he finishes nicely on the way.
And once he got to the kid, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
And Booker puts up a deep three. Hits it from three-point range.
How about that? Impressive range from Devin Booker. Tremendous touch.
Here's Estrada. And the Lakers get it back. Hachimura, the pass to LeBron. Jacks up a three. Sinks the three. three-pointer. And that's now 6 points for Paulie.
Well, not a bad beginning. 3 for 4 from the floor. Pretty good start.
Booker dishes to Beal. Back to Booker. Richards with it. He kicks it to Dunn. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Booker. Beal trying to break loose. And there's Booker on the assist from Dunn. Booker's got 5.
It looked like he caught the clock out of the corner of his eye, and Booker calmly beats it.
Here's Estrada. Oh, good on the triple. The Suns leading. Dunn right side. First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes play. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals they jump ball here.
That will be a jump ball.
Phoenix with the ball. Durant for 3. Offensive rebound. Booker the pass to Richards. And it's done in the corner. Suns moving the ball around. Just 5 to shoot. Booker with no one around. The putback. Here's Richards. Missed it. Even after all those chances. Pass to Estrada. 1:46 left to play in the first quarter. Back to Reeves. Lays it up off the glass. Guys, 7 times the lead has changed hands here now.
Yeah, and that number should easily top double figures before it's over.
And first time out of the game called for Phoenix. And you can never really count out these Los Angeles Lakers, Greg, can you?
No, I really don't think you can. They battle out of the play-in tournament. They overcome obstacles.
And it's Durant with the ball. He'll bring it up for Phoenix. Trailing by 2. Last game matched up with the Clippers. A tough loss there.
Well, when you're facing a team that's feeding off the crowd's energy, you have to bring your A game, and they didn't do that defensively.
One thing you know, Greg, is you've got to pack your defense in the suitcase if you're going to win on the road, and they simply did not bring it.
In it forward for him, it's James and Hachimura. Doncic out there balling, and it's Hayes in at the center filling out the middle. That's the group for the Lakers to start the second quarter.
Taking back the lead once more. Give these teams credit. Man, they are battling.
Neither team willing to give an inch, and neither able to seize the momentum. This has been a fascinating one to watch.
Los Angeles has gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. Second quarter of basketball, about 1 minute played so far. Humley with the steal. And even 3-on-3 break. Let's check in with our report. Watch out, the damaging Durant flying right through.
I'll tell you, Kevin Durant is can stop him if the pass is perfect.
Baller passes to Hachimura. Here's Baller. Back to Hachimura. The shot, no good. Plumlee with some nice D. Greg, their offensive approach has been rock solid here.
And they're finding the weak spots in the D and attacking.
Lakers trail by 3. Luka Doncic started off his 2024 doors with a historic scoring performance.
He sure did, Kevin. He was only the 4th player in league history. To score over 72 points in a game. It was the shooting performance of a lifetime, and Luka just takes it all in stride. Incredible.
Here's Baller. He has 6. And play stops, whistling what looks to be an illegal steal.
Now we get a chance to check out Kevin Durant. Great showing for him last season. Last season, 27 points per, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists. And he paced the whole team in points per game last season.
Well, his teammates understood that he was their best option, and understandably, they got him the rock. Well, they're winning largely because of this guy's play. He has been sensational.
Baller passes to Hachimura. Durant with some nice D.
Boy, in that close, he's almost automatic. Boy, that's pretty good defense. Wow.
Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. Passes to Dunn. 5 on the clock. Kicks to Booker. From deep three-point land. And James pulls it down.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
Boy, we're seeing it more and more. Guys looking to create additional space by stepping back further from the line. This guy is a pick-your-poison kind of player. Very hard defensively to cover all your bases with him.
Beal, the pass to Booker. Rebounded by the Lakers.
Boy, this guy is a good finisher, so he misses a chippy. That's tough to take.
And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. Here's Baller. Dunn covering. That puts them in the lead. And the Lakers lead by 1. Well, guys, this first half has been about as tightly contested as you could hope for.
There have been a lot of lead changes. Goodness.
And one thing the Lakers are so adept at, Greg, inverting their sets to have different players start the action.
Yeah, it takes a high level of basketball IQ to do that on the fly. Makes defending the Lakers a nightmare. You never know how they'll attack you.
James, and finished off by LeBron.
LeBron James goes high in the air, and absolutely no doubt about how that's going to end.
Suns trail by 3. There's 42 seconds left in the first half of the game. And that one is good from Bradley Beal.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
And the officials have called the illegal screen right there.
Beyond the...
And a close game so far with the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime.
31. The Suns, 33.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. You know, guys, Devin Booker has been exceptional here.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column? Through 2 quarters, he has been terrific.
And one would expect that the defense made some adjustments at halftime, but he has the ability to answer right back.
On the court for the Suns, deadly backcourt pair of Booker and Beal. Durant is out there with Dunn, and it's Richards at the 5. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over.
And you can tolerate gaffes like that sometimes, but in a close game, man, I tell you what, that really hurts.
Greg, you look at today's point guards, so many different types that can be effective.
And there's a lot more freedom for point guards to kind of explore the parameters of their game. Sometimes it's steadying an offense, other times it's to ignite it.
Now, Booker, 12 points for him. Always going up for the alley-oop here. Got a piece of it, and they recover it. On the wing, Booker. Over LeBron. No good from Booker.
Well, I guarantee you this is not what they talked about in the locker room. 0 for 3 and looking lost.
Here's Baller, Dunn covering. Reeves outside. The rebound by Richards. Richards got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And there it is for him. Booker's got 14 points for the game.
Well, their first basket in 4 tries. Can that trigger a little bit of good shooting here? We'll find out.
To the paint. The shot's good from Hayes. Hayes has got his 3rd basket of the night.
they didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Here's Booker. Again, the miss by Booker.
Right now trying to get into a rhythm, but so far this quarter, boy, he is struggling to make anything go down.
And the dunk by Hachimura.
Well, you've got to have an ability to be agile in pick and rolls, and Hachimura's showing, as a roller, I'm a problem.
And so Booker will bring it up for Phoenix. A 2-point game. You know, it's inevitable that a player's physical abilities diminish over the course of a career. But the thing that stands out to me about LeBron James is that he never lost his insatiable drive to win. Guys, if anything, he's gotten stronger.
That's how you share the rock. He does the... Time again.
A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. And with an update from the sideline, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, we all know the Lakers have to pound the ball inside. LeBron James says we have attackers. That's who we are. That's what we do. We're not shooting 40 to 53s a game. We don't have the luxury of being that team. Working it into the paint, that's what we're really good at. Kevin, they play to their strengths.
They got a lot of strength. Got to do it. Thanks, D.A. And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Vanderbilt's checked in for Rui Hachimura. Gannett comes in for LeBron. Doncic is checked in for Austin Reeves. And it's Gabe Vincent in for Ball. Here's Jones. Let's go. Tried to bank it in, but he misses. Lakers leading by 4. Angeles will go for a different look here. Hachimura, he's checked in for Vanderbilt. LeBron comes in for Connect. Austin Reeves is checked in for Doncic. And it's Baller in for Vincent. And then for Phoenix, Durant's checked in for Plumlee. Beal comes in for Royce O'Neal. And it's Devin Booker in for Jones. To tie it up. Count that bucket. Reeves has got the game time up here for the Lakers.
And challenging the bigger defender coming through in the biggest moment.
Well, he knows how much was riding on that possession. You get the sense he relishes the chance.
Outside, the wings are Reeves and James. Rui Hachimura out there with Hayes. And it's Estrada in at the point. That's who's in the game for the Lakers.
2 minutes remaining in this ball game.
Feeds it to Hayes. Oh, and they take the lead. And the Lakers lead by 2.
There's a certain resiliency to this team, and you're starting to see it.
No doubt, keeping it very close. They're going to have to step up even more to get over the hump here.
And the Suns call time here. They're trailing by 2. 1:56 left in the game. And now let's take a look at the New Balance player of the game, Luka Doncic.
Yeah, and his percentage from the field tonight, just amazing. He hadn't just been gunning. He's been picking his spots, and you need that kind of patience and discipline to shoot as well as he had.
The Suns making a change here. Richards is checked in. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Mike Budenholzer had some words for his team during the break. Now He asked the defense to lock it down inside. He said, let's get physical. We don't want them to think we're soft in there. No more easy shots in the paint. So that's what the defense is set to do. Guys?
Thank you, David. Booker, left side, down low. That shot, no good. Good D by LeBron. Here's Baller, defended by Booker. Reeves outside. Pass to Baller. Shot clock at 6. And it's Durant with the rebound.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
We call that a great contest. You know this is something he brings to the table, the ability to anchor your defense.
Here's Baller, defended by Booker. Baller misses. Back to Hayes. Tries again. It counts.
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
I'll tell you, it takes confidence to pull the trigger in that situation. You love guys who relish the moment.
40 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Beal against Reeves. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
Not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that it wasn't illegal.
It is really difficult to get your feet completely set, to stay completely still. It's almost surprising to me that it isn't called more often.
Johnny's checked in for Phoenix. That's the first, and that puts them up by 5.
At the line for Los Angeles.
And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 6-point ball game.
Well, we know this. Free throw shooting is such a mental aspect of the game. This guy keeps his composure and comes through.
Timeout called. The Suns. They're behind by 6. We've got 28 seconds left to play in the final quarter.
All right, time to cheer on your little girl dance team. Let's go.
Here's Booker. Dunn finds Beal. Good work defensively by Reed. Here are the Lakers. Big stretch here going 10-2.
His third personal foul. The team is in the penalty. At the line for the Lakers, LeBron James. 2 shots.
First free throw is good, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
The feel LeBron has for the game, unreal. Whatever situation he finds himself in, he always seems to have an answer.
And so the Lakers take the win. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes a big difference. Once they started to really play in rhythm, you never felt like they had any doubts as to whether or not they were going to win.
And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Olden, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. So long and good night, everyone.
It's crazy. It's crazy. When I was doing mocap, they would just tell me freestyle, do a lot of different moves that come off the top of my head. So I would just kind of be out there, just kind of doing different moves. Then they would say, all right, we'll do some moves that you do in the game. And these are the moves I've been doing for 20 years. Being able to see those moves in the game that I've made a career and a living off of was just really cool.
As a point guard, what advice can you give to both basketball players and 2K players about playing off the ball?
You do not want the defense to feel like you're predictable, where you make a cut and you go to the corner and you just stand there. You always want to have your defender on his toes, on her toes. So you want to always make sure that you're moving, cutting without the ball, obviously not cutting into a...
Coming right up, the Lakers taking on the Cavaliers. For the Los Angeles Lakers, they've split their first 4 games, looking to build momentum and climb the standings. Cavs, Lakers. Tip-off coming up. Thanks for joining us midweek here tonight. Here are the 5 for the Lakers. At the forward slots, it's LeBron and Hachimura. Then there's Jackson Hayes. Then it's Luka Doncic. And it's Baller in at the 2-guard spot. And for Cleveland, at the 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Mobley and Allen. Garland and Mitchell, the talented 1 and 2. And it's Hunter in at the 3, the small forward. Just a few games in the books thus far, Richard. As a player, how important is this part of the schedule?
It's crucial for a lot of guys. Right now, coaches are nailing down lineups and rotations. A strong start can set you up for the rest of the season.
It'll be the Cavaliers off the tip. Here's Mitchell. To the left wing. Here's Garland. That one's good. Mitchell making the play.
And Garland understands his role in this offense, including what shots he should be taking.
Doncic passes to Baller. To the inside. Ooh, the lead pass was in the perfect spot to set up the layup.
Hey, take it right to the defense. Not a bad way to start this game.
Allen outside. Hunter on the wing. Check by James. Tries the 9-footer. And it's off the back of the rim. No good. And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for Los Angeles. RJ, it's hard not to wonder what would have happened if the Lakers never traded for Russell Westbrook back in 2021.
Well, they would have had a traditional style of a team. They would have kept Kuzma, KCP, and their 2021 first-round pick. They also would have been able to sign Alex Caruso. They could have kept their championship core together.
And it's Mitchell, the miss.
Just haven't found their offensive footing yet, only managing to sink 1 of their first 5 shots.
Here's Baller, and the layup falls.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. You'll gladly take those.
The Cavaliers have gone 1 of 5 to start things off. A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
I was able to talk with Kenny Atkinson for a minute. He was just marveling at LeBron's ability to take advantage of any mistake you make, even a minor one. He said, if you're even a half step away from a guy defensively, LeBron will find that person. Coach is asking his guys to stay connected to shooters tonight.
Thanks for that, Allie. Doncic against Garland. Right side, Hunter. To Garland. On the wing, Mitchell. 6 to shoot. Mobley against Hachimura. Mobley, no good. For Los Angeles, they've gone 3 of 3 so far from the floor. Baller passes to Hachimura. And it's slammed in by Hachimura.
Oh, what a finish. Ruri showing off that athletic ability.
Cleveland calls timeout. And their first look at this year's Lakers squad.
This wasn't a favorable matchup for them last season. Surprisingly, they got swept.
Latest edition of the Power Rankings. Always fun to see where everyone in the league stands. You look at Orlando, they're making moves up the standings, claiming that fourth spot.
Well, I think for the Lakers, they haven't been impressive, and they have no one but themselves to blame. Hopefully, they can start to turn it around soon.
Outside Hunter. Pass to Mobley. And he can't stop the run as that one misses.
That's just a bucket like you expect him to make. It's tough when you miss those.
Richard, it's nice to have the versatility of a guy like Hachimura. Equally comfortable at either forward position.
Well, he's got the size and strength of a modern-day NBA power forward, but he also has the ability to stretch. The floor and knock down a three. That's a nice combo.
Mobley passes to Garland. Takes a 13-footer. Chalk up two there. Garland's got his second basket.
You gotta be right on Garland from that mid-range spot because he is lethal from there.
Here's Baller. Allen defending. It's stolen by Garland. Fires the three, sends it home from three-point land. Garland's got 7.
This man has a real crafty handle. I bet he surprises himself sometimes with his moves.
Time called here. Los Angeles decides to talk it over. Grant, the Cavs making the playoffs the last 2 years. A big deal in Cleveland.
Well, outside of years with LeBron on the roster, they hadn't made the post.
Here's Baller. And there's the 8-second violation as they can't get it across half-court in time. The 2K leaderboard highlighting last season's assist leaders. Second, Luka Doncic. And, of course, LeBron James.
And you got to give credit to how both of these guys see the floor. They're all about moving the rock and trying to set their guys up. This is why their teammates love playing with them.
At the 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Mobley and Allen. Mitchell out there with... by Jerome, and it's Hunter in at the small forward position. That's the 5 for Cleveland right now. Here's Baller. The rebound by Allen. The Cavaliers trail by 8. Jerome attacking. Pass to Allen. It's Hayes with the rebound. Well, Los Angeles shooting at a very efficient 67%. And the basket by Hachimura.
Looking confident inside. At 6'8", Hachimura is more than capable of inflicting some damage down there.
And we played through the first minute here in the second. Here's Jerome. 15 in his last outing. No good from outside.
Man, that's his shot. Maybe he was too wide open.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
The Cavaliers have great size up front. They have Evan Mobley and Jared Allen, who said, we have each other's backs. That's the advantage of having two 7-footers. If you blow by the first one, there's a second one waiting for you. Brian, they'll make it tough.
No doubt. Waves and waves of length inside. Thanks, Alec. Mobley, no good.
Looking for the spectacular and coming up empty.
Just go to show how tight your timing needs to be on this kind of play.
Here's Baller to the paint. Out to James. Shot clock at 6. Here's Baller. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line. All right, guys, we're lucky to have Shams Charania joining us now. Our 2K insider calling into the story. What do you got, Shams?
Thanks. Many consider this summer to be the most challenging field in the history of international basketball. Nevertheless, Team USA got it done in Paris. It's not getting any easier, but the star power of the U.S. men's team shined bright in the City of Lights. Guys, a classic ending for a stacked U.S. roster.
What a performance. Shams Charania with the report. Thanks, Shams. Here's Baller. Check by Mitchell. Hayes inside. He's against Allen. Nice D from Allen.
Yeah, we're not used to seeing him get bottled up like that. Wow.
Here's Hunter. It's rebounded by Los Angeles. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with Phoenix. Phoenix.
On the road, they got owned defensively. They just couldn't match the activity level of their opponent.
Yeah, if you allow a team to shoot such a high percentage in their own building, you're going to have a big hill to climb.
Pass to Mitchell. Good work defensively by James. And Doncic has got the ball here for Los Angeles. A 12-point game in 2024. Luka Doncic recorded 6 consecutive 30-point triple-double games.
That's right, B.A. The first time anyone has done it in NBA history. So if you didn't already believe in Luka Magic, well, there's some proof that the magic is real.
Things just don't seem to be clicking for them offensively.
Yeah, they really need to find a way to get back on track.
Hunter finds Mitchell. The three is up. It's rebounded by Los Angeles. Doncic has got 4 rebounds now.
Just an ugly show from him offensively. Yep, no way to describe it, just ugly, and that hasn't helped.
Baller passes to Hachimura. And pushing it up. Here's Cleveland. Here's Mitchell. Doncic grabs the miss. Doncic has got 5 rebounds in the game.
And to put things simply, this has not been his quarter.
Baller passes to Hachimura. And he finishes. That makes him 4 out of 5.
And just totally relentless. Only increasing the intensity level.
Always plays hard until the final whistle, no matter what the situation is.
Back to Allen. No good on the shot. Some solid defense from Hayes. Here's Baller. Checked by Mitchell. Here's Hachimura. Mobley with the block.
Sensational swat from Mobley. I love how hard he goes in the defensive end.
Garland for 3. Rebounded by the Lakers. Hachimura's got his 4th rebound in this one.
And their physical dominance has been on display. A 10-rebound advantage is a good indicator of how this game is going.
Cavaliers trail by 16. Garland for 3. Drops in the 3. Garland's got 10 points in the game.
And Garland is someone you must be aware of at all times, especially out on the perimeter.
Doncic passes to Baller. Inside, Hayes. And finished off by Hayes.
Just a textbook lead pass right there, putting it right where it needed to be.
And we finished off one half of play. Lakers ahead, up by 15. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter. Just about ready for the second half here. A big comeback is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. It's been a clinic out there by Darius Garland.
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
If they don't change their approach in the second half, let's just say his success will continue.
On the court for the Lakers. At the forward slots, it's LeBron and Hachimura. Then it's Luka Doncic. Then there's Hayes. And it's Baller in at the shooting guard position. Here's Mitchell. Pass to Allen. Doncic against Garland. Back to Allen. Here's Garland. Clock at 6. Outside for Mitchell. And the basket's good. Off the assist from Garland. Mitchell's got 5.
And you got to be right up on Mitchell or else he will punish you right off the catch.
And Grant, when you look at Darius Garland, he has a very polished offensive game.
Absolutely. He's great at creating for himself, but also knows when to get others involved. He can score from anywhere, and he works incredibly hard on his craft.
The Cavaliers trail by 16. Here's Garland. Here's Mitchell. Plenty of space. Doncic pulls down the board. Doncic has got 6 rebounds here tonight.
They've shown that power inside. Their rebounding effort has been sensational.
Garland with the ball. Hachimura covering. Here's Mitchell. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
We talked about the guys who play bigger than their listed size, and Donovan Mitchell is at the top of that list.
And Richard, thinking about Donovan Mitchell, he just has a total impact on the game.
It's crazy to think that he's in the prime of his career, but every single year he continues to get better. I still think there are more levels for him to go.
The first free throw is good, and we know Donovan Mitchell is a superb scorer. But Grant, what do you think he's focused on at this point of his career?
Well, B.A., it's all about championships for him. This is a guy that doesn't just want to be seen as an elite player. He really wants to compete for titles, too.
And the Cavaliers making a change here. Jerome's checked in. Both free throws good for Mitchell.
Mitchell just continues to improve every season, and now he's one of the game's elite players.
Pass to Hachimura. Good, and that makes him 6 for 9. A quality game for him so far.
All 5 guys are in sync. Their ball movement is flawless.
Mitchell up top. He's covered by Reeves. And here's Hunter for 3. Buries it from 3. Hunter's got himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
Proving how coachable he is. Mobley, this man is building a pretty decent passing game.
Reeves, the pass to Doncic. Drills it from deep.
Oh, coming out hot, hot, hot. 4 out of 4 for the field. Okay.
Here's Jerome, guarded by Doncic. Down low. With the Lakers will go for a different look here. Here's Goodwin. And here at the end of the third, it's a double-digit ball game. Lakers ahead, leading by 10. All right, we're going to step aside for just a second, but join us right back here for the start of quarter number 4 next. Fourth quarter action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. And so Garland will bring it up for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Trailing by 10. They've got Darius Garland. DeAndre Hunter is out there with Evan Mobley. Then it's Max Strus. And it's Okoro in at small forward. So that's who's on the floor for the Cavs. Pass to Baller. To the middle. Deflects the pass. Stolen by Mobley. And now the Cavaliers on the break. Here's Garland. Off the mark. Had a chance there to trim it to single digits.
They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well.
Here's Goodwin. And it's blocked. Okoro outside. Pass to Garland. Outside Hunter. Here's Okoro. Rebound by the Lakers. 17 points was their biggest margin. Following this game, they hit the road to challenge the Raptors at Scotiabank Arena in Toronto. That's game 3 of 5 on their current trip away from home. Baller passes to Vanderbilt, and it's good. 2 points.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
Yeah, as soon as these guys feel contact, they are just disappearing like they're not even there. You gotta show some fire and keep defending.
Now Garland. That shot, no good. Good work defensively by James. We're just over a minute and a half now into the fourth. And that one drops for him.
They're not messing around. 5 of their last 6 buckets have come from the interior.
Pass to Hunter. Good work defensively by James. The Lakers lead by 14. Here's Connect. Oh, and Mobley with the block.
Such long arms. Mobley is tough to do anything against.
For the Cavaliers, Jared Allen, he's checked in for Okoro. Mitchell comes in for Strus. And Jerome subbed in for Garland. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth here. Baller passes to James. And it's James with the jam.
So unpredictable in pick and roll sets. James just taking what he sees and lets it open up.
Now a timeout called by Cleveland. RJ, the Cavs breaking ground on a new practice facility set to open in 2027.
Situated on the Cuyahoga River, it will be 4 times larger than the existing one. And let me tell you this, the existing one was state of the art. And it continues to rejuvenate what we're seeing in downtown Cleveland. Shout out to the Cavaliers.
Los Angeles making a change here.
Give them a round of applause.
And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth here. Mitchell deciding where to go with it. Can't get it to go.
That's the end of the game. We appreciate you all coming out tonight and cheering on your teams. Make sure to get home safe, and we look forward to seeing you again very soon.
So we see the Lakers taking the W here. This one wasn't even close. The hometown crowd was waiting for a miracle that never came.
Yeah, and this team was consistent throughout. They met every challenge, and they earned this dub.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Richard Jefferson, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson saying thanks for watching. So long, everybody.
Is there a favorite dribble combo move that you have?
Basically, I call it a sway dribble. And basically you're just floating, and you're kind of doing a float dribble to the side, either side. And you're looking at how the defense is playing you. Is the defender moving? Is he standing flat-footed? Is he trying to back off you? Is he coming to press you? So I love to do the sway move to kind of gauge to see where he is, check his temperature, so to speak. And then once I get to that point, I love to actually hit him with a quick combo move, double rocker, I call it, a quick crossover, really fast.
So you recently wrote a book about your journey in pro basketball. Talk about the advice that you give to young players.
The week is starting off right. Monday night, and 2K Sports presents the NBA. In this game, we'll see the Los Angeles Lakers going up against the Detroit Pistons here at Little Caesars Arena. Along with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Got one more great treat for you, folks. Joining us on our broadcast is Shams Charania. Shams, so great to have you with us. Thanks for taking the time to take a seat and join us here courtside.
Star-studded group, the pleasure is all mine. I appreciate you guys so very much for having me aboard.
Look at the smile on Brent Barry's face. He is thrilled to have you here courtside with us.
Absolutely. Super excited about it.
And since the Phil Jackson era, Shams, the Lakers are now on their 7th, and I can't even believe I'm saying that, 7th coach in the last 14 seasons. What a turnstile that has been.
They're keeping us reporters busy, huh? To me,
yeah, they are.
It's all about stability now moving forward with the Lakers. I do believe they intend to give their new head coach plenty of opportunities over the next few seasons to continue to coach and continue to be the coach for the long term. You have to figure out the recipe of success. Not only now, but moving forward. And the Lakers, from what I'm told, want to give their new head coach the opportunity to build for the long haul.
And I love what you said, the word stability. They need it in LA. And now the Lakers starting group. In it forward for him, it's James and Hachimura. Luka Doncic out there with Baller, and it's Hayes in at the 5 down low. And for the Pistons, Thompson and Harris are their forwards. Jaden Ivey is out there with Dennis Schroeder, and it's Duren in at the 5. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Oak. David.
Well, I was able to talk with J.B. Bickerstaff for a minute. We talked about the strategy for taking on a guy like Luka Doncic. He told me that the thing is Luka steals all the attention out there, which allows his teammates to find open looks, so you're not going to let him... distract us on defense. So it sounds like they'll be focusing on defending against Luka and company, not just Luka. Kevin?
Thank you, David. And in last year's playoff, Shams, we did see a lot of players injured and unable to play. What are some of the solutions that may be being talked about that you hear about?
People certainly ask if this is a result of the 65-game rule. Is it the more physical play? Is it the consequences of the regular season? The league is going to take a wait-and-see approach to determine if this is an issue they have to fix. But they do love the results of what this has brought as far as player availability moving forward.
Yeah, they do seem sold on that 65 number, don't they?
100%. And at the end of the day, some of these injuries are flukish. There's a lot of, obviously, lower body injuries, and you can't measure that. I think the league is going to want to see more data over the next 5 to 10 years to really determine, does this rule impact the game and impact injuries?
Never get tired of LeBron James in the air doing wonderful things.
And that last look brought to you by the AT&T 5G Slam King. Passes it to Thompson. Ivy, no one around him. And a miss there on the triple. Last outing for the Pistons, it was a loss to the Nets in Brooklyn.
I'll tell you, they played hard, they drew fouls, but they could not convert at the line.
Yeah, drawing fouls is tough, but the important part about that is when you get to the free throw line, you got to turn those into points, and it might have cost them in that last ball game, missing all those chippies.
Here's Ivy. Rui Hachimura picking up that last basket. And the influx of international players continues to just fill these rosters in the NBA. And Shams, it has truly become a global league.
It's truly a beautiful thing, right, Kevin? We want sports to bring people together, to really galvanize communities, no matter your ethnicity, no matter your gender, anything. And now I really feel we're breaking down a lot of barriers in the world.
And think, 3 of the top, 5-6 players, we got Doncic. We've got Porzingis, of course, who was such a nice player, but Antetokounmpo and Jokic. I mean, the names go on and on of key contributors to winning teams.
You have to make a case that the world team against the U.S. team, if they were ever stacked against each other, that would be a heck of a game.
You and I would pay for the ticket, wouldn't we? I would pay to watch that.
I'm willing and able to pay immediately, Kevin. Sign me up. When are we going?
I hope soon.
2 minutes.
Got a piece of it.
In the first 2 minutes.
Pass to Bowler. Back to Hachimura. We have all these great foreign players. Maybe 3 of the top 5 players in the NBA are all foreign players, right? And so much was made of Anthony Edwards. Here's a 22-year-old American player who has maybe the charisma, the game, the everything you could package. It could be our next great player. Is there ever talk around the league about why are European players being so dominant? Where are the great young American players to compete against this great influx of international players?
The grassroots programs, you have to look at what happens abroad and in the States.
Substitution on the court.
Lakers trail by 3. Inside for him, it's Harris and Durham. Jaden Ivey is out there with Beasley, and it's Thompson in at the 3. They're the group Detroit will start the second with. Here's Baller. His last outing with 20 points. Yep, it counts.
Yeah, these defenders just look a bit overmatched, especially inside.
In Shams, nothing gets a workout like your phone. Here we're talking NBA. We're watching this game. We got this great group here courtside. You've got 2 phones working, and I'm sure there's a 3rd hidden in your back. Can you estimate how many texts do you send and receive a day? Is there even a number we can put with it?
Kevin, how many texts do you get a day related to NBA info? You're coming at me. You know the job is, it's hundreds of messages flooding my phone on a daily basis, and the screen time usually in busy seasons tends to be closer to 18 to 20 hours. This is what we signed up for. This is what we love to inform the audience.
Oh, and I know you love every second of it. And now I'll send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. If you think Luka Doncic makes amazing shots in the games, you should see his trick shots. It's legendary stuff with his teammates. Luka says, I'm just making them up. I like to have fun, so sometimes I just try some new stuff. And of course, Kevin, he always feels like they're going in.
Thank you, D.A. He is a magician with the ball. A very creative mind, and it's fun to watch. And it's Thompson with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Detroit Pistons. It's off to Charlotte for him after this game as they take on the Hornets. That will be a getaway game for them, a one-game road trip. Shams, we know you grew up in Chicago. I'm assuming you grew up a Bulls fan. Who didn't? And you had to have a favorite player growing up with those terrific teams.
I was a big-time fan of hoops in general. Definitely someone for me was Kobe Bryant. That someone wasn't a Bulls player. We almost got him one year, but that was someone I grew up watching. Kevin, did you have a favorite team growing up?
Well, I love Kobe. I called every season of LeBron and every season of Kobe Bryant. And Bryant actually did stuff for 2K. As you know, not too long ago, before his passing, he sat down for a couple hours. But I hate to rank them because Kobe, Jordan, and LeBron are all right there at the very, very top. Hard to beat Jordan, right?
Very hard to beat Jordan. Obviously, the GOAT, the greatest of all time. Kobe, for me, watching growing up, that was the closest thing.
Good on the shot.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
For Detroit, they've gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. To the middle, here's Ivy. Nice, 4 for 7 from the floor with that shot.
He's a big combo guard, and Ivy plays with no fear in there.
Lakers have gone a sensational 5 of 5 from the field since the start of the second quarter. To the inside, here's Hayes, and Hayes throws it down.
There are only a few players who can hit a teammate like that in stride. Beautiful assist.
1:46 left in the first half. Beasley against Doncic. Just his first attempt. Second shot opportunity, and it's blocked. Here's Baller. Ivy defending, and Hayes throws it down.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there. Sure. Shams, it's been fun. And you know what? It's been too short. So you got to promise you're going to come back and give us some more inside information on the NBA. We have loved every second having you here courtside with us tonight.
Sorry I was not able to break any big news on air this time, but you know what? My phone's ringing, so maybe next.
That'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Pistons lead by 1. Live from Little Caesars Arena, you're watching 2K Sports.
With the score, your Pistons 42, the Lakers 41.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. One guy who's been getting it done is Dennis Schroeder.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, just way too easy out there, and I'm sure coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
So for the Lakers right now, in it forward for him, it's James and Hachimura. Baller is out there with Doncic, and it's Hayes in at the 5 spot. And the shot clock expires, 24-second violation. And eventually, every player, GA, has to grapple with age, realizing they've lost a step or two against the young fellas. And sometimes, that is a very slow realization.
Oh, it is, Kevin. Hopefully, by that point, it's less about financial security and more about prolonging the inevitable, simply for the love of the game.
Let's use this break for a quick look at the squads that really made it happen on the fast break last season. In third, the Lakers.
I mean, this is such a tough team to deal with. You see the numbers. They would just push the ball at every opportunity.
Here's Schroeder. He's got 13. Ivy finds Thompson. 6 to shoot. Here's Duren. And the layup's good off the glass. Duren's got the lead up to 3 now for the Pistons.
This is why Duren shoots such a high percentage. He picks those smart shots within his range.
Back to Hayes. And Hayes throws it down.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. And here's Ivy. He's got 10. Knocks it loose. Doncic with the steal. James with it. Now guarded by Schroeder. LeBron James charging through contact.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
First minute and a half of basketball here in the third quarter. Greg, you think about oversized point guards, and the gold standard has always been Magic Johnson. Now you look at Luka Doncic, and he's certainly big for that position.
Definitely some positive similarities, right? But the big difference is one of those guys has 5 rings, and that's not a... Doncic. This is a team sport, but Magic's ability to affect winning was right there with another MJ, Michael Jordan.
Oh boy, looks like he was injured there.
And boy, when you see someone hurting like this, it's always scary.
Yeah, it reminds you of what's really important. Health, number 1. Everything else comes after that.
Here's what the Lakers are going with right now. Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for Jackson Hayes. And it's Connect in for Hachimura.
The third quarter has not... Started well, just 1 of 4.
A shot by LeBron, no good.
Yeah, just the first miss of the half there. They have to be happy. 3 of 4 to start it off.
Here's Ivy. Solid play on the low block, and that one's good. Ivy's got 12 points in the game.
Excellent job of simply taking what the defense offered up.
Here's Baller inside to the left side wing. Lakers passing it around to the middle. Here's LeBron. Detroit. With the rebound. Duren's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. That one off the back iron and out.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
And count it, the shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
This rookie Connect is special. Even when he gets roughed up, stays in control.
As a junior college product, Dalton Knecht, Greg, didn't have a traditional path to the NBA.
Yeah, Kevin. Spent 2 years at a JC, 2 more at a small Division I program. Then used his extra year of eligibility to transfer to Tennessee. And there he became a first-team All-American and turned himself into a first-round pick.
Substitution on the court.
Duran, he's checked in for Holland. Asar Thompson comes in for Malik Beasley. And Ivy subbed in for Dennis Schroeder. Big group substitution here for the Lakers. Hachimura is checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. James comes in for Vanderbilt. Luka Doncic, he's checked in for Shake Milton. And it's Baller in for Vincent. Jalen Duran is out there with Isaiah Stewart. Then it's Ivy. Then it's Thompson. And it's Hardaway in at the 2. That's the group for Detroit right now. First free throw is good. And Greg, for longtime Pistons fans, that Bad Boys era was so special.
I mean, Detroit's a tough, hard-working town. And those teams did have great talent led by Isaiah Thomas, but it was their physical, intimidating style of play that made them the Bad Boys.
And it's time for an injury report. Let's get the news on Jackson Hayes. David, what's the update you're hearing?
Well, guys, I was able to talk with the head athletic trainer of the Lakers about his status. He told me that it looks like he sprained that wrist. Thankfully, no signs of broken bones. They're holding him out for the rest of the game, and although they don't think he'll be out long, they haven't ruled out the chance that he could miss additional games as well. Kevin, back to you.
Good information, David. He's certainly been on our minds. Now, at least, Greg, we have a little more clarity.
Yeah, now they have the information they need to take the best course of action.
Everybody wishing the best for him. We all know how badly he wants to be out there playing alongside his teammates and competing.
Here's Baller to the paint from 6 feet. And again, it's the Lakers.
Sweet to be a difference maker in the game, and he's been a great option for them on these possessions.
Pistons trail by 13. Outside Hardaway. A three-pointer off the mark.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Baller passes to LeBron and finished off by LeBron.
Great awareness from LBJ. Great at slashing off the ball. Open space available. He filled it.
Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Here's Ivy. A rebound by the Lakers. The pass to Hachimura. Takes the 13-footer and off the glass. That one's good.
Oh, nice touch on Luka's mid-range there. The product of a lot of practice time and natural talent.
Detroit's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Here's Ivy. It's rebounded by Doncic. Lakers lead by 17. LeBron outside. The shot's good on the assist by Doncic. And 12 points for LeBron.
Give them credit. They've worked hard all game, now looking to finish it.
No, great job of getting in position to win a game. It's been an all-out effort from the squad.
Here's Durant. To halt the run. Second chance shot. Good work defensively by Hachimura. And so Doncic will bring it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. 19-point lead, which is the largest margin in the game. Baller passes to Hachimura. And the dunk by Hachimura.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for Los Angeles.
It was a standout performance across. The ball.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And it'll mark their 4th win on the year. Actually, their 5th win on the year.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Rui Hachimura.
It looked like a couple of times they might be wearing him down, but not the case. At the offensive end, he was just devastating.
Hachimura against Duran. Hardaway from outside. The rebound by James.
And since halftime, he has just been ice cold. Just can't seem to get anything to go his way.
Baller passes to James. Here's Baller. Back to Doncic. 5 to shoot. 3-pointer. Traps in the tray.
Luka Doncic.
Saw the opportunity to put this away, and you could see the... instinct take over.
Yeah, up until that point, a competitive game, but once they broke through that barrier, it was all them. Complete control.
He's known for his jump shot, but Hardaway isn't afraid to mix it up inside.
Doncic passes to Estrada. And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
Beyond the leaning, you can see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
Got to hold firm or you're going to get a call.
That's the end of the game. We'd like to thank all of the fans for coming out tonight. Please exit the building carefully and have a safe trip home. We'll see you next time.
And so it's the Lakers taking care of business here. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Brett Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.